There are lists, what you call it, trade and non-trade barrier, which is becoming the view from the administration. On the tariff side, Indonesia, most of the tariff is actually very low, but we will always evaluate and is there area that we could improve on the tariff side. On the non-tariff barrier, Indonesia has been perceived of using that to prevent the trade, whether this is in the form of the administration process, for example, in the custom process on importing goods, whether in terms of the valuation, taxation procedure, quarantine for the agricultural product. I'm sure that in the United States, agricultural product play an important role in many of the constituents within the United States that producing from wheat, soybean, corn. These are all the food product or agricultural product which is also consumed in Indonesia quite significantly, and we import not only from the United States but many others. So within that context, we can always then discuss about how we can narrow and put the United States in a better advantage of providing those kind of agriculture product. We're also talking about some on oil and gas, especially the liquid gas, because Indonesia is an importing, although we produce oil and gas, but it's not enough for our energy. So these are all the area in which we could certainly outsourcing this oil and gas from United States, including the Boeing product and so on. So yeah, couple of commodities as well as manufacturing product which we could narrow or reducing or even eliminating this surplus.
Can I ask you, while these trade talks are ongoing and there's no resolution in sight just yet, obviously you're talking to other trading partners in the world, you're trying to finalize an agreement with the EU. How important is the act of reaching out and deepening those trade ties? Will the EU, will China become more important than the US at some point?
Well, certainly all countries responding and reacting to this policy which is enacted by the United States, and all countries have a different exposure. Indonesia, in this case, our trade directly to the US is less than 2% of our GDP, so it's not really that big. Total export within our GDP is around 20%, but it doesn't mean that what is actually happening is not important. It is affecting not only Indonesia, but the region as well as the rest of the world. So many countries then start to see how we can diversify the export destination from the United States. So this trigger, which is maybe a positive side, a lot of the discussion of the trade agreement which is stalled or not yet making progress, now they think that, well, we really have to make a progress. We really have to reach an agreement because the alternative is nothing or less. So that's actually maybe the positive side of having then more the discussion like the Indonesia, European, we are doing. Indonesia and China, we are in a deficit with China, but China also providing a lot of investment in Indonesia, especially on a mineral. Strategic mineral is also part which Indonesia play an important role because of our rich natural resource that the Indonesia potentially or in this case is already in production side. So this is the area that can provide Indonesia a lot of alternative, whether this is in the form of destination of the trade, but also in terms of what area that we could work together in partner with many of countries in the world.